Important characters in animal form. Important characters in animal form convey George Orwell's ideas and criticism of dictatorial regimes. In allegorical forms, the characters in the form of animals refer to the real personalities of those times. Some of the important characters are Character 1, Napoleon. Napoleon is very important but a corrupt character in the novel. As a pig, he is the part of the rebellion since the beginning. To capitalize on the given opportunity to make a fortune is motto. As soon as he gets the coveted power, he forgets all the promises he has made to the animals previously. Then he starts displaying his own corrupt ways of living. Though he represents the Soviet leader Stalin, he is also the embodiment of all politicians, having the similar character traits of deception, manipulation, and exploitation. He is superb not only in using wily tactics but also in manipulating minds through his deputy, Squealer, another clever pig. By the end of the novel, Napoleon is successful in driving out of all of his opponents from the animal form. Second character, Old Major. The Old Major is an old boar having large tusks. Orwell creates the Old Major to represent Karl Marx. It is because he is the originator of the communist revolution in Russia. Despite his ultimately death before it, the writer treats this character with dignity, honor, and respect. It is also clear that he wins the same respect from other animals. However, Orwell exposes some of his weaknesses. Though he makes long speeches elucidating man's tyranny toward animals, he doesn't do much laborious work in the novel to show his own sincerity to the cause. Character number 3, Snowball. Snowball is a second class leader among the pigs. He works with Napoleon for the revolution. He also the chief thinker after the old major. He is not only intelligent but also very passionate about the welfare of his animal brothers. However, he is tricked by Napoleon as soon as Napoleon establishes his own superiority. Despite his oratory and eloquence, his cleverness proved second to Napoleon. That is why he has to flee prosecution at the hands of Napoleon. At the end of the novel, though he is missing, he becomes a scapegoat for whatever bad happens to animals on the farm. Character number 4, Squealer. Squealer is an agile and small pig who is the propaganda secretary of Napoleon. He is very smart and using his tusks and legs as writing tools. He abuses the language for the good of his master. He creates and amends the slogans according to the situation after Napoleon establishes his supremacy over others. For example, when his master Napoleon attempts to establish good terms with human beings, he amends his old slogan, thus, four legs good, two legs better, from the old one, two legs bad. He also deceives the simple, illiterate animals using tricky and challenging language. In fact, he is the representative of Goebbels, the famous propaganda minister of Hitler in Nazi Germany. Character number 5, Boxer, is a horse and the most sincere and caring animal on the farm. He becomes very popular for his passion for the revolution, his sincerity with cause, and his hard-working nature. He is quite gullible with his simple motto that comrade Napoleon is always right. He possesses all the qualities of a hard-working, dedicated, and loyal worker. However, his services are not acknowledged by the corrupt rulers. He works hard until he is no longer capable. Later, he is sold to a glue factory owner when he falls ill. This situation of boxer represents the plight of poor working classes in all kinds of societies. Character number 6, Jones. Mr. Jones is the representative of cruel human beings in the animal form, as referred by the old major. He owned the farm before the revolt of the animals. After the revolution, the animals occupy the whole farm and expel him by kicking and bodying him. He remains drunk most of the time. That leads to the neglect and ultimately revolt of the hungry animals. Because of his expulsion, he tries to get it back. However, he never comes back. Through his shadow, he is shown as a lurking threat by the clever Squealer. Character number 7, Clover. Clover is a beautiful mare and Boxer's best friend. She is also a kind-hearted character in the novel. She often discerns when the pigs violate rules, for they have formulated for all other animals. She is so simple hearted that when such a thought crosses her mind, she thinks that it is her misreading of the circumstances. She represents rather innocent human beings who always trust schemes of their rulers as good acts taken for their welfare. Character number 8, Filkington. Filkington is one of the owners of the neighboring farms who feels threatened by the activities of the animals in Jones' farm. He has been shown as the shrinking British Empire during the time of the Russian Revolution. The size of his farm is also symbolic of the unruly British Empire nearing its end. Character number 9, Mr. Frederick. He is the owner of the Finchfield farm. He is a clever man who keeps himself busy with litigations with others. He is usually not at good terms with his neighbors, but rebellion in the animal form brings him close to his other neighbor, Mr. Flinkington. He spreads false news about the animal farm. The animals practice cannibalism. Later, both of them strike a deal with Napoleon, who is the ruler of the animal farm. His hypocrisy represents the hypocrisy of the neighboring countries following the Russian Revolution. The lost character, Benjamin. Perhaps Benjamin, the donkey, is the only rational animal on the animal farm. He predicts well before time about the flight of the farm animals. He is very practical as he states that their lives will never develop and always be the same, even if the rulers keep changing. This proves right in the end. The weakness, however, in the nature of is also exposed by Orwell, which is that he cannot oppose the idea of pigs to rebel and rule. Instead, he compromises and goes on living with them, come what may. So these are the important characters in Animal Farm by George Orwell. Thank you for watching. Subscribe my channel for more videos.